Imagine being the first person in over 1,000 years to read the inscriptions of the ancient Egyptians. That's the legacy of Jean-François Champollion. Born in the last decade of the 18th century, specifically in the year 1790, in a small town in France, Champollion was not just another French kid. From a young age, he exhibited a keen interest in languages, an interest that was to shape his life and the study of ancient civilizations. Champollion came from a humble background. His father was a book trader, a profession that perhaps sparked the young boy's fascination with languages, but it was his older brother, Jacques-Joseph Champollion, who played a crucial role in his education. Jacques-Joseph, a scholar in his own right, recognized his younger brother's extraordinary linguistic abilities and nurtured them. Under his brother's tutelage, Champollion was introduced to a world of ancient languages. At a remarkably young age, he could read and write not only in French but also in Latin, Greek, and Hebrew. His voracious appetite for languages didn't stop there. He also delved into Arabic, Syriac, Chaldean, and even attempted Chinese. But it was the ancient Egyptian language inscribed in the form of strange symbols on monumental structures and papyrus scrolls that intrigued him the most. These were hieroglyphs, a form of writing that had remained a mystery for over 1,000 years. No one in the modern world could read them, but Champollion was not deterred by this. Inspired by the challenge, he set his mind on deciphering these ancient symbols. So, a young boy with a fascination for languages set out on a journey that would change the world of Egyptology forever. Scene script. Champollion was not your average student. By the age of 16 he had mastered multiple languages, but his obsession lay with the ancient and mysterious hieroglyphs. Imagine being a teenager and having a knack for languages. Now imagine that knack turning into a full-blown obsession. This was the reality for young Jean-François Champollion. His passion for languages was ignited at an early age, and by his mid-teens, he had already mastered more than half a dozen, including Latin, Greek, Hebrew, and Arabic. But it was the ancient script of the Egyptians that truly captured his heart and mind. Champollion's education was nothing short of remarkable. He attended the Lyceum in Grenoble, where he was introduced to the world of ancient languages. His exceptional linguistic skills did not go unnoticed. His teachers could only marvel at his ability to grasp complex languages with what seemed like ease. Yet, it was the ancient Egyptian hieroglyphs that held a special allure for Champollion. These cryptic symbols, used by the ancient Egyptians for thousands of years, had confounded scholars for centuries. To Champollion, they were a riddle waiting to be solved, a code begging to be cracked. Even as a young student, Champollion made his first attempts at deciphering these enigmatic symbols. He pored over texts and scripts, his obsession consuming his every waking hour. He was convinced that the key to understanding the hieroglyphs lay in their relationship with the Coptic language, a theory that was considered quite radical at the time. But Champollion was not one to be deterred by skepticism or criticism. He was driven by a relentless determination, a hunger for knowledge that could not be satiated. His dedication to unraveling the mysteries of the hieroglyphs was a testament to his remarkable intellect and his unwavering commitment to his studies. His relentless dedication to understanding the hieroglyphs was about to pay off in an unimaginable way. And as we will discover, this young linguistic prodigy was on the cusp of making a groundbreaking discovery that would forever change the course of Egyptology. The Rosetta Stone, a slab of rock that would become Champollion's key to unlocking the secrets of the ancient Egyptians. This nondescript piece of black basalt, discovered in the summer of 1799, held a royal decree inscribed in 3 scripts: ancient Greek, Demotic, and the mysterious hieroglyphs. This trilingual text was a game-changer. For the first time, scholars had the same message in a language they could read, ancient Greek, and one they couldn't, Egyptian hieroglyphs. But the path to decipherment wasn't easy. It was a complex linguistic puzzle that needed a genius to crack it. Enter Jean-François Champollion. Known for his linguistic prowess, Champollion had been fascinated with Egypt since childhood. He had a hunch that the hieroglyphs weren't just simple picture writing, but a complex system of phonetic and ideographic symbols. To prove his theory, Champollion focused on the cartouches, oval rings enclosing royal names. He noticed that the same hieroglyphic signs in different cartouches had different sounds, corresponding to the different Greek versions of the pharaoh's names. This was a groundbreaking idea. Hieroglyphs were not just ideograms but also phonograms, symbols that represented sounds. Champollion's method of decipherment was painstaking. He compared the Greek and hieroglyphic texts on the Rosetta Stone, word by word, sign by sign. He made charts, drew diagrams, filled notebooks with his observations. Slowly the hieroglyphs began to reveal their secrets. In September of 1822, after more than 2 decades of relentless work, Champollion announced his success. He had deciphered the Rosetta Stone. He had read the hieroglyphs. But the real triumph was not just in cracking a code. By deciphering the hieroglyphs, Champollion opened a window into a world that had been silent for over a millennium. He gave the ancient Egyptians their voice back. He let them tell their own stories in their own words. Champollion had done the impossible. He had read the words of the ancient Egyptians, and in doing so he changed the course of history, setting the stage for modern Egyptology. But Champollion's journey didn't end with the Rosetta Stone. His work had only just begun. After his groundbreaking decipherment of the Rosetta Stone, Jean-François Champollion dedicated himself to the study of ancient Egyptian language and culture. His curiosity, insatiable as the desert sun, propelled him deeper into the heart of Egypt's ancient mysteries. Champollion's thirst for knowledge led him to embark on a remarkable journey, both metaphorically and literally, to Egypt. He spent 12 tireless months, from 1828 to 1829, traversing the length and breadth of the Nile Valley. He walked where pharaohs once tread, touched the worn, weathered stones of ancient temples, and gazed upon the hieroglyphs that told tales of a civilization long gone. Throughout his travels, Champollion made meticulous notes, sketches, and maps. He studied the architecture, the art, the inscriptions, and the culture. He didn't just want to understand the language of the Egyptians, he wanted to understand the people who had used it. His deep respect for the ancient civilization shone through in his work, earning him the title of the Father of Egyptology. But Champollion's contribution to Egyptology didn't stop at his studies. He pioneered a systematic approach to decipherment, one that would become the cornerstone of the field. His method involved comparing hieroglyphic, hieratic, and demotic scripts, understanding their similarities, and deciphering their meanings based on context and association. This approach allowed him to decode not just words but entire sentences, opening up a new world of understanding. Champollion's passion for Egyptology was contagious. His meticulous work and profound discoveries inspired a whole new generation of scholars, igniting a flame of curiosity that continues to burn brightly even today. His dedication to the field led to a deeper understanding of the Egyptian civilization, unveiling a culture that had been silent for over 1,000 years. Champollion's tireless work laid the foundations for modern Egyptology, allowing us to understand a civilization that had been silent for over 1,000 years. His legacy is one of discovery, understanding, and respect for a civilization that once was, echoing through the sands of time. Champollion's impact reaches far beyond his lifetime. His work continues to inspire and inform the field of Egyptology to this day. This French scholar who tirelessly cracked the Rosetta Stone's enigma has left an indelible mark on our understanding of ancient Egypt, paving the way for countless discoveries. His decipherment system is still the foundation for reading ancient Egyptian texts, providing an invaluable tool for scholars worldwide. His method, based on the understanding that hieroglyphs were more than just pictograms, unlocked the fascinating stories of pharaohs and the everyday life of the ancient Egyptians. Champollion's influence is not confined to dusty tomes and scholarly papers. It permeates institutions dedicated to Egyptology, such as the Champollion Museum in Figeac, France, his birthplace, and the Champollion Institute of Egyptology. These institutions carry his name, embodying his spirit of relentless inquiry and continue his mission of unraveling Egypt's ancient mysteries. Yet, like many pioneers, Champollion's groundbreaking work sparked controversies and debates. Some questioned his decipherment system's accuracy, while others argued about his contributions compared to other scholars like Thomas Young. But these debates only underscore the significance of his work. They show us that Champollion's legacy is not just about the answers he found, but also the questions he dared to ask. His work also continues to inspire new generations of scholars. His passion for ancient languages and scripts, his meticulous approach to research, and his tenacity in the face of daunting challenges serve as a beacon for those venturing into the fascinating world of Egyptology. Jean-François Champollion, the man who brought the ancient Egyptians back to life, is a testament to the power of perseverance and the unquenchable human thirst for knowledge.